So hi everyone. I think you may be able to get some sound from my phone. Uh, I don't have a mic for my camera yet. I've ordered it, but I'm planning to get a wireless mic soon. Currently, I'm testing out this DJI Action 2. Actually, I'm testing out a few things. I'm testing out the DJI Action 2. I'm testing out this bear. I have, as you can see, written it for 1359 kilometers till now, and I'm also testing out this TVS Bluetooth headset that I have installed in my camera. Oh, sorry, in my helmet. One thing. Oh, by the way, that is DWC's Havelock, a limited edition automatic watch using Seiko's NH35 movement. Yeah, I know this looks loose, but it is not. Trust me. All right. So today I'll be talking about a few things. First and the main, most important topic of today would be this bike that I have with me. So let's get going and then we can talk about it because my helmet has started fogging up. All right. Oh, by the way, even the gloves are new. I think these are Helium GT2 from Rhinox. And I do have enough range. This is going to be a short trip to Gurgaon. Let's see. See, these kind of people make hell for everyone. He doesn't want to stay behind the. I'm not talking about the car guy, just the guy with the Amul crates. If someone comes in, at least even in 30, 40 speed, they are going to hit him. See, the light is red, but still he's going to cross. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone. So coming to this bike now. Uh, so it has been a couple of months since I got it. It is not in a good shape right now, not in terms of mechanical, but in terms of aesthetics. I have not washed it in like 10, 15 days. So today we are also going to get it washed. I'm not going to Gurgaon to just get it washed. I am going to Gurgaon to meet a friend, and in the process, I'll get it washed. I'll see where will I get it because there's a place where I usually get my bike serviced. It is called Fat Boy Customs. The weather seems good, man. I'm wearing a jacket, but I'm not feeling even a bit warm. Okay, coming back to the bike, I keep drifting off the topic because there's so much going on our Indian roads. Coming back to the bike, what I would say, like it's the engine, man. It's only the engine. See, I have not yet completed 5,000 kilometers on it, but I can tell you, like from my past experience with Royal Enfields, uh, even after the first service, they stay a bit buzzy, and I'm not talking about uncomfortable vibrations, just a bit buzzy that you know that an engine is working beneath your legs. So in this case, since this is a twin, this is like the most powerful twin right now in RE's lineup. This has the highest torque. The horsepower is the same, but you know what, bragging rights, right? So this is currently the most powerful the most torquey twin, and I am feeling a bit of vibes from this bike, but not the vibes that would make me feel like, oh, something is wrong. It is just that it is very smooth, but coming from a single, it is worlds apart. And what happens is, since if I'm riding like this right now, it is not vibey at all. I mean, not at all. You can see that by the shaking of these mirrors. The mirrors might be going up and down. That is because of our roads, because there are a lot of undulations on our roads. We don't have smooth roads in India apart from expressways, and even I have seen expressways, man. They are not that smooth, apart from some. Uh, Credit where it's due. And so coming to the vibes, let's not jump to the negative part right now. That's not a negative, by the way. But the thing is, since you guys are seeing the video, not actually feeling the bike, even if I say the word vibes, you will think that it is vibrating. Vibes and vibrations are different in my perspective. So in this particular case, it is as vibey as it was before I got the first service. So I think there's nothing wrong. It is just that the bike has not opened up yet. That's what I would say. Because I know I had a GT 535 that used to get smooth after actually got smooth after 5,000 kilometers. Otherwise, it used to like buzz like hell. But after 5,000 kilometers, even at 80, 90, it used to stay. It had 5 years, right? So it used to stay at like 3,000 RPM at 80. And people would be surprised by it. Like people would say, I thought Royal Enfield had a lot of buzz, man, but this bike is smooth till 80. And you're not going to go over 80 in city roads, right? Like a city in Delhi. Very rarely I do. Once I find a stretch. But in this case here, on this particular bike, the vibes only start after 120. I did that on a highway. I don't do like more than 80, 90 on city roads, trust me. So after 120, even in 6th gear, I think it was just below or just above, like a hair above 4,000 RPM. And I did think that it is vibey, because what happens is the same thing. You would watch a review even before I got this bike. You would watch a review, and even if a reviewer says it is vibey, you would think that, oh man, it would be vibrating a lot. Now that also happens in the positive terms. So I was watching Motoring's video on Bear 650 before I got it, and Shumi said a particular line. Not exactly I'm going to repeat, but you'll understand what I'm saying. He said this particular engine is a gem, which it is. And he did mention there are no vibes at 60, no vibes at 80, no vibes at 120 or even 130. So I actually wanted to test that out once I got this bike. And I did wait for 1000 kilometers, or the first service, I mean. Because before that, when I went 200, because at that time you're only allowed to, before 1000 or kilometer, you're only allowed to go till 4000 RPM. And since this is a expensive bike, and I bought it, this is my first new bike, by the way. So I actually took care of the rule. I never went above 4,000. And just at 4,000, I think at 100, I used to feel the vibes. And that was not like very hard vibrations, not even very low vibrations, just a few vibes that the engine is working. When I used to watch the video, I used to think that once they would say all the positive things, that the engine is vibe free. I would directly imagine, because I have never driven a twin before. So I used to think, man, how smooth it would be. Like even the singles nowadays are like so smooth. So I can only imagine what a twin would be. But that's not the case actually. The difference that I know between twins and singles is that the singles would be vibey from the get-go. Even once you start the bike, they would be vibey. And sometimes, like in terms of TVS, what happens is it is very smooth after 80. Like the TVS, you wouldn't even feel vibrations once you're driving over 80. But in the initial, like once you start the bike and go, it is like hell vibey, man. And not in terms of the old UC engines that I had in my 535, but still, once you ride a twin, you know like what vibrations are when you ride a single after that. So in this particular bike, it is zero vibes. Just you know that the engine is on till I think 80. Yeah, till 80 it is completely vibe free. Once you reach 80, you know that the engine is now pushing you. And that could also be the case in terms of my weight, because see, the reviewers that we have in India, none of them are like 100 kgs, right? Maybe a couple, but maybe a few of them would be 70, 75. That is the ideal weight for a guy would be like 5'8", 5'10". And so they would not, maybe the bike is not pushing them as much, but in my case, I am 110, which is one of the reasons I got this bike. I'm 5'10" and I'm 110. I'm trying to reduce, but it is what it is right now. And it could be possible that after 120 the bike would be trying to push me, so that is why it is generating vibrations. But the vibrations are like that engine is working. It is not bothersome at all. But what happens is when you watch the reviews, you get put into a perspective that there would be no vibrations at all, no vibrations. But that is not the case. See, it is a mechanical thing. Even an automatic watch like this would make vibrations. It is just that it is so minute that you don't feel it. The same with this. It is a twin. It balances itself out. So the vibrations are like 20% of what a single would make at the same RPM. And apart from that, what I can say, so fuel capacity 13.7, the same. It is the same tank as the Interceptor. Just I think shape is a bit different, a teardrop shape. And the instrument, it is from Gorilla and the Himalayan. I think Himalayan has started getting Wingman now. Gorilla hasn't. And this is the first bike that already had it. So there is a feature called RE Wingman on this particular bike in this particular console, which updates you when the bike is on, which updates you when the bike is turned off. You get a message on your phone if you have the RE app installed. And it tracks everything. Like this bike, when I got it first, I installed the app, the Royal Enfield app, and I could actually see that it was in Chennai, and then it traveled like 6 to 7 kilometers to maybe a yard where it would be loaded up onto a truck. I could see all of that on the RE Wingman app. And one of the features of the RE Wingman is, I'm not sure how good the RSA is nowadays. Thank God I have never used it, and I never want to. But you get 1 year free of RE's RSA with the Wingman. Because if you get the module separately installed, first it would be like a chip this big that would be installed under your seat or somewhere. It would not be this console. This console is like not compatible with all the bikes. And what else? Oh yeah, the biggest thing. See, I think I'm not sure if the ultra wide mode in this particular particular camera might be able to capture it, but if you see, the road might seem normal to you right now, but as I told you, like the Indian roads have a lot of undulations. So what is happening is the bike keeps going up and down. See, as you can see, the suspension might not be absorbing it. You see the tire in or my shadow. You can see that. See, the tires are not absorbing it as much. It directly transferred everything to the bike. The front suspension is good. The rear one, I wouldn't say, but the thing is, it makes it stable. It is a hard suspension, but it makes it stable. And I have not touched anything. See, No matter what the reviewers say, a lot of people don't touch the preload. A lot of people. I will do it. Not right now. I'm testing the bike as it is. I want to keep the bike as it is. So I have it at the default setting that I got from the showroom, and the suspension is not a deal breaker. To be honest with you guys, it is not like it throws you off. See, as you can see, it is working. If you see the shadow, the tires are going up and down, but the body isn't. So the suspension does work. It is just that once you ride any other bike, so like a commuter class or a scooty, you cannot compare that to this. Because those commuter class bikes are like very much tuned for cities and the small undulations and everything that you have on the road. You don't feel that much. But where this bike shines is like the hard bumps. Like if something would come up right now, a hard bump or a hard pothole, this bike would simply glide over it. You won't even feel the bump. It is just that the small ones that are a small speed, that you feel it all. And the opposite would be with a commuter class. Like so, if you're upgrading from a 200 250 cc, that is considered a commuter class. That is not a special bike that you would purchase in India, because that is so common now. Okay. Beautiful weather, guys. Beautiful. Like it's not cold, it's not hot, and that is like the perfect weather that you want for a bike ride. And this is the season. Right after this, it's going to get hot. And if if some of you live in Delhi, you know what I'm talking about. It used to get like 48 degrees last summer, and even in morning it used to be 35. We would, when it would be 28, we would crave for the day. We would be grateful that okay, now today it is 28 in the morning, guys. I'm talking about morning, 6 p.m. Otherwise, in peak summers, uh, it stays at 30, 35 in the morning, and it goes till 48, 45. Average would be 45. From the past many years, I'm seeing 45 in Delhi. Okay, so I have to reduce my speed to under 70 because of the speed cameras. Oh yeah, one very good thing about this particular bike is you don't feel the speed on this particular bike. See, I'm going at 70. I was just at 90, and I don't even feel the speed. Like 70 is like nothing for this bike. 70 is, see, it's working at 1/3 of its power right now. I'm not sure if it can go to 9,000. It doesn't show a red line on the RPM meter. But at least it would go to 7.5k RPM. But it's still at, I would say, 1/3 of its power right now. And you can stay at 80. 80 is nothing for this bike. If 80 would be nothing for my scooty as well. Not in terms of the perspective of speed, in terms of like maintaining that speed. You can spend hundreds of hours on this bike at 80. And if I would go to like 100 on this bike, I don't have the space to do it right now. If I would go to 100 on this bike, that also doesn't feel very fast. It is a very stable bike at highways, thanks to partly to that hard suspension that makes it stable on highways at high speeds. But surprisingly, I am not seeing many bikers today. Like if I am on this particular route on Sunday and it's 8 a.m. This used to be filled with bikers, man. Like Hayabusas and ZX-10Rs, the most common ones, would be flying past me at this time. Full DCAT systems, you would get startled when they would pass by you. Nice polo there. moment there I thought I lost my camera. That's because after a while, you know, you forget that you have anything attached to your helmet. You get used to the weight. Not that this is a very heavy camera, but anything like even a gram of weight gets added to your helmet, you know. But after a while, you forget it. Oh, by the way, do you guys see like how fast the range is dropping? And that too when I'm, you know, traveling at this particular smooth pace. I'll show you like the current mileage that we are getting. There we go. It shows you a real-time fuel consumption. You can, you know, take it as an idea. It wouldn't be that much accurate, I think. Just as an idea, it would be, so right now it is giving 38. Trust me, no 650 would give you 38. But what I've noticed in this 1300 odd kilometers is that if you keep it at 3000 or 4000, nothing below it and nothing above it, it would you know, not consume fuel that much. But even if you keep it like 200 rpm above that number or below that number, it would drastically reduce the mileage. I'll try to show you if I get a free area. I'll probably go to the GFR today. There's another speed camera there. I'm at 90. And overtakes, man. This bike has ample of power for overtakes. Like no particular car, until it is a supercar, would be, you know, able to match the speed of this bike on Indian roads. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of water on this particular road, and that reminds me of something, which I would say is like an average thing on this particular bike. That is its tires. The tires, I have been riding 500cc bikes and scooties, or maybe even 200 250cc bikes that all had, you know, the road type rubber, which would be, what I can say, road bias tires, and they would grip harder than this tire, than these tires. These are like MRF Nilo X's. On this, these are off-road type tires. They say multi-terrain, but it is more like 60-70% off-road only. And these tires, man, once I see this water on this particular road, I get phobia, because when I got this bike, in the first 500 kilometers that I took to understand this particular bike, how the dynamics work and everything, I used to slip left and right, and that would only, you know, make it worse when there was water on this particular road. Not on this particular road, any road, and the rear tire would go left and right. That's when I made the previous video where I mentioned that it should have traction control. Like traction control is very necessary for this particular bike. There are a couple of times when I had to engage ABS as well, but that is just because of the pools that we have on our roads. And I think the tires would grip well. I did take it to Leopard Trail once, and there's a lot of sand and everything there. The tires did grip well there. The road bias tires would not work in that particular terrain where there is a lot of sand. I think I said snow. No, I meant sand. So it is like a give and take for this bike. But see, my use case and anyone's use case for this particular bike would be 70% or even 80% cities or highways with tarmac. So anyway, you would, you know, want some tires which have more bias towards the road, like the Interceptor has. The Interceptor has kick-ass tires. I think the ones from Pirelli, I think those were closed. I mean discontinued a long time back because I tried to get it for my GT 535 because they had the same rim size and everything. And what store is that in Okla? And this is, I'm talking about 2021-22 when the COVID was going on. So few of the stores had few of them left, and I'm not sure about that particular store. I got those I got these gloves from there as well. There only. I think Path Pavers in Okla. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they quoted 15,000 per tire for those Pirelli tires for my GT 535. And I was like shocked because at that time when I used to watch the YouTube videos of YouTubers having super bikes, they used to say that one tire costs 15,000 for their super bikes, and those super bikes are the ones which go till 300, and my GT wouldn't even go till 130. And if those tires were for Interceptor, the Interceptor wouldn't even go above 160, 170. So I'm not sure why they were selling those tires for like the cost of a superbike tire. But I think that was because it was in short supply and they just wanted to milk it. The sad thing about these particular tires in India or anything that is imported is that Indian government doesn't mandate that you put an MRP on it. So they can sell it. They could have, I'm pretty sure they sold it to someone for at least 12, 13,000. Because they knew like the tires, if you keep them, they get old. So they had to sell it anyway. And those tires were like a year old already. So only 4 years to go for those tires. Okay, this is a dangerous area in terms of cows and people crossing the road without looking from where the traffic is coming from. Trust me, I've stayed in Gurgaon for 4 years. I know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't even blame the cows. It's more the people who are to blame. Not to be misogynistic or anything, it is more the aunties, the older aunties. They don't even look where the traffic is coming from. They actually look on the opposite side. I'm not sure why. And they cross the road. I have a friend who used to say they do it deliberately for money. And I have seen a lot of people doing it. I mean, we all have on YouTube where we see these scams going on where someone would directly jump into your car or bike and then try to extort money from you. But I think it is just pure ignorance, not on part of my friend, but on part of the people who just cross the road without looking. See, there is this guy could have used the metro to cross the road. I mean, not many people do, but he is talking on the phone and then crossing the road. And if someone would, hit him, he would start fighting or start asking for the money. Okay, so this is Sikandarpur. I'll be taking the left for GFR. Oh, there was that guy with the GT. I could hear the exhaust from here. I'm not sure if my mic would have captured it because it is like the mic is like inside my helmet. I hope it is capturing. I hope it is capturing the engine noise because that is what I love about this bike. And I have decided not to get an aftermarket exhaust for it for now. Yeah, I am saying for now because that's what I said for my GT. Yeah? The new one, right? Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. That's why. बस मेंटेन करना बहुत मुश्किल है भाई इसको. Like the seat. Seat is good. You get an aftermarket seat as well. I think that is leather in brown color. and that too only for 4,000 from Ari. So you can get that. Okay, so that's the bike I was talking about. You could hear his exhaust from here, from 100 feet far. And that's what I like about this 650. It's not like hurting your ears with an aftermarket exhaust. But I'm not very comfortable. Once I had my GT 535, I bought it second hand for like 80k. I used to ride it every day. But once I got the exhaust installed, even though I loved it whenever I used to ride that particular bike, but the exhaust would make me anxious all the time because the exhaust on that particular single, like a 535cc single, is no joke. That used to be so loud, and it used to, even at idle, it was not. It had a catalytic converter. So I can only imagine what it would be without it. But once what I was saying, I forgot after I saw that GT. Once I had that particular bike, and I used to, the most of the reason why I couldn't, take it anywhere was that whenever I used to, cold start it, I used to think that my neighbors would be disturbed. Because even at idle, it used to make so much noise that I stopped taking it out, and that made me feel that. And after that, once you go to aftermarket exhaust, guys, trust me, you will hate your stock exhaust. So whenever I used to go somewhere for a long ride, I tried to install my stock exhaust, and I would hate it. Okay, that is a long light. Let's shut off the bike. Oh, are those Harleys? Oh yeah, that guy seems to be enjoying. What I was saying. So I sold it. I sold my GT, and I sold it at a profit. I think I sold it for 90 because that was such a desirable bike. A lot of people, did say that you shouldn't have sold it, but I was not able to, ride it every day, just for that sole reason. So what I did was I had that bike. I used to use it only for my Sunday rides or whatever, and I got a scooty for my daily rides, and not rides. I mean some convenience like going here and there. And so I would say like in 6 months I must have rode it like 1,000. I knew that it is going to waste, and I hated it seeing like going to waste because what happens is on those old UC engines, it's they start everything on that particular bike would start rusting, even though that was a very well made bike. A lot of parts were aluminum because that was like first attempt from Ari at making a good bike, a premium bike. But still, like the chain and everything, you wouldn't even ride the bike, and the chain would start rusting even after using good lube. Let's get away from the rush. And I sold it for a profit. Then I think for a year, for the whole year or couple of years, I used that scooty everywhere, and People used to mock me, like, what happened to you? Why are you riding on a scooty? But all of them, would understand that it is for convenience only. But they used to say that you shouldn't have sold that bike, and I started regret it. Now, after it had, 2 years had passed, I contacted that guy because I knew he wasn't riding that particular bike at all. He just bought it for showing, like a showpiece. I tried to ask him like if he would like to sell it back to me, and he quoted 1 lakh, and he wouldn't budge. So I was like, no man. That bike was so only the people who actually own that bike know that how hard it is to get parts and everything for that particular bike. And I think I should stop and check if my sound is being recorded. Wait, let me, because I know there's some limit on the sound recording on a phone. Uh, oh, that's what I love about this bike. That sound. Uh, Let me remove this one. Let me check. I sincerely hope that sound is being recorded. Otherwise, I would have been speaking for so long for nothing. Oh, yeah. So it only took me 36 minutes to reach from Delhi to Gurgaon to GFR. And what I'll do is I'll go till the toll. I don't go, I try not to go after the toll. I don't like that particular path for some reason, even though it is way smoother than this particular way. But I just not comfortable. That's all I could say. See, even a guy my weight, this bike pulls like crazy, and I have the throttle at 50% at max. I am not giving it 100% throttle on this particular road. I think this speed is fine. Not that I can't go faster. I definitely can with this bike, but I think this speed is fine for this particular bike. No, not this particular road. If it would have been an expressway, I would be going 120. But that is just me. By the way, you can do clutchless shifts on this particular bike. I have tried it, it works. But I have no issue, engaging the clutch and changing the gears. So I do that. I hope this camera would be recording well. This is the first day I'm testing out this DJI Action. When I ordered it, I was a bit skeptical about the mic and everything. But I found out that you can use any Type-C mic with this particular camera. And it is nowhere mentioned on any DJI official site that you can use any. They just mentioned that you can use DJI mic too with this. And that particular mic will cost you twice this camera. Why would you do that? But still, DJI is better than GoPro in these things, like making things compatible with other things. Because they have a big business. I don't think GoPro can match them. DJI is like the biggest supplier of drones and everything. So they don't care. And they have to compete with GoPro, right? So they are making everything better than GoPro. Uh, at least everyone I've spoken with who had a GoPro, they always had complaints. But why about this particular DJI Action 2, which is a 2-year-old action camera, instead of the GoPro Hero 4K, which is a new compact camera is because of those complaints. So GoPro, if you're viewing this, I know you're not watching it, but if you get this by any chance, a lot of people are ditching you, man, and that is all because of word of mouth. So it seems like your reputation is tanking, and DJI is taking over. Oh my God, that is an amazing building, and it is made by Paras Group. Yes, the one that makes and sells milk. See, it is called Paras Sport here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. See, the guy wasn't even looking until I honked and told him to, watch where he's going. And what happens is no one takes two-wheelers seriously, in India at least. No matter how expensive of a two-wheeler you got. Unless you have a kick-ass exhaust, so everyone stays away. But if you have a bike that is quiet, no matter if it's a 50 lakh H2 without an exhaust, it is going to be hard. Because even if a guy in a Wagoner, I have a Wagoner, so that is why I'm saying Wagoner. Even if a guy in a Wagoner wants to go past you and see that he sees that you're going peacefully, he shouldn't disturb you. He definitely would. He would honk at you. He would flash you to give him way. And what he'll do after that, once he goes past you, he'll slow down. Has something happened? Okay, I think something is going on there. So old memories at this throttle. No one comes here anymore due to their amazing pricing of everything. The people are good, but the the way they have priced the food and everything in throttle, even though it's not maintained, it's like shit. But they have like the cheapest item, the chai, would be 80 rupees, 90 rupees. So people don't stay there. Like they don't stop nowadays. They simply directly go to either the Riders Paradise, which is a bit cheaper. They used to go to the Burnout Cafe, and I think the Burnout Cafe has shifted somewhere. I'm not sure why they would shift to South Delhi. A lot of bikers don't go to South Delhi nowadays because there's a lot of cops, and not the kind of cops that protect you. The ones that try to extort money from you. See, ample power, ample power to overtake anything. See? Even at 50% throttle, and that too at high speed. At slow speed, even a scooty would be able to overtake that truck. But high speed matters. Like after 80, 90, that's what that matters most. I think something is going on today. There's some event today somewhere. I see a lot of people, managing traffic here. The last time I saw it, I think some big event was going on. And I'm talking about a big event, not the normal events that happen. Or it could be that they might be volunteering. You see the condition of the road, how they have filled the potholes. See, if even though it is a shit job, it would still protect a biker. But imagine if that particular pothole was not fixed. We are going to take a U-turn from here. I thought I would be having chai, but I had it already at home, so no. Next time when I'm here, I'll show you the road that is like past that particular toll, and you would be surprised. Like that road that's after the toll is like way better than this. Apart from that hilly area, like the garbage hill that we have, that particular road is like broken. But after that, it is so smooth. You can keep riding there. Oh man, this reminds me a lot of memories when I used to take my GT here. At that time, I used to ride more than I'm riding right now. But that could also be due to work. After some time, after 3 to 4 years, you change jobs and you start getting a lot of responsibilities in your job that, fatigues your mind. Not the body, it's work from home, but it fatigues your mind. And okay, that Peza guy is honking. Not trying to race him, I'm just trying to get past this truck. And now I'll slow down. And that Peza guy is definitely trying to race me. See, he'll go past me now. You see. See? Does he have any reason to go this fast and drive like that? No. It is just that he saw me going past him, might have hurt his ego. Okay, now I do see a lot of riders. Not that old riders that I used to see on this particular road. Back in the day, and I'm not 50. Back in the day means a couple of years back for me. Back in the day, there used to be like hundreds of riders. You would literally struggle to go past them. Hundreds of riders on this road. But now it is quite empty. Because I think that is also due to the reason that a lot of that is due to the reason because I think a lot of riders, don't like this road anymore. Not going to stop here. Did I jump a red light? I am not sure. I just followed the car in front of me. I think I might have missed it. And the guy has distracted me. Okay, so what I'm currently doing is I'm not recording the audio on my camera directly. I have connected the TVS Bluetooth headset, and trust me, it has an amazing mic. I'm also going to, check it once I get home. Hopefully it doesn't get blown out. So it's directly recording on my phone from the TVS Bluetooth headset. And the camera is recording separately. So I'm going to try and fix the sync both of these together at home. And I'm not sure if I'm going to cut out some parts of this video because I think it has already reached like 40-50 minutes. I'll see. I'll have to listen to the whole yapping that I'm doing. Okay, so on this particular bike, we have talked about suspension, we have talked about engine, the dash. What else? What else? The seat. I was talking about that guy, talking with that guy about the seat. The seat is amazing. It is amazing. It is just that it is made of velvet. A velvet kind of material, not velvet exactly, so it traps a lot of dust. So if you are going to get, make sure you stack up on that aftermarket seat that RE has. I think that costs like 4 or 5,000. And this is the good thing about this bike. See, I'm on 6th. I can get till 40 as well. This bike wouldn't know. It would even pull and pull hard. See? And at this particular speed, it is smooth, man. It is smooth as fuck. Oh, that was a funny guy. Nowadays, it is a rare sight to see a funny guy on this road, but earlier they would be flooded. See, at 120, I did feel a bit of buzz on the foot pegs, not the handlebar, not the seat, just foot pegs. But I think that could be due to the thing that RE has mentioned in their manual that until 4,000, sorry, 2,000 kilometers, you stay under 6,000 RPM after the first service. So that could be the thing that they do want you to stay under that 6,000 limit because the engine is still opening up. So let's hope after 2000, the engine opens up more, at least till 5000, that it should open up completely. Not lose compression, open up in the sense that it gets smoother. And why I think that the engine has not opened up yet, because the gears also get stuck sometime. As you might have noticed in the whole video that while riding and while coming to a stop, I hadn't many times that come to a lower gear. That is because sometimes it gets stuck. And I have gotten it checked. They said it is completely fine. Your clutch is completely fine. It is just that the engine needs to open up. And the gearbox also, since it is working at the same time, it is also opening up. And it is like only 10% of the issue is left after the first service. Before the first service had been done, the gear would get stuck. So for example, if I would drastically decrease my gear from 4th to 2nd while coming to a halt, and once I had stopped on 2nd and I would try to go to neutral, it wouldn't go. It would either directly go to 1st, and or it wouldn't even move until I pull the clutch and leave it. Then it would go to neutral. And what happened was, it actually was in neutral. It just used to show 2nd gear. So for example, if I had just ignored it and tried to move, it would not move. It would be in neutral and it would show 2nd gear. By the way, beautiful color, this one. This is called I think honey something, not exactly sure, but this is a very unique color. You notice it after you notice it only after you see the other yellows here and there, that this is such a different color than other yellows. Someone even suggested that I get PPF on it because this is a unique color. But PPF, I mean, come on, what is happening with PPF, man? Just for this particular tank, they were asking for, I think, asking for 8,000. Oh yeah, that could also be a reason that there's a big event going on and all the bikers are there. That has happened. Previously there was an XBHP event going on and this entire road was empty because those people were at the XBHP event. And the good thing about an XBHP event is that they are free. So whenever you're there, you get to interact with other bikers and everyone, and you really enjoy because you see all kind of riders. Okay, now let's go back to my friend's home. Oh man, this is the first time I'm vlogging, and I wonder how those people vlog so much. I'm running out of things to say, and uh, the camera might be about to die. I think I'm not sure how long this lasts. I'm shooting it at 4K 30. So it would be about it would be at least 60-70 minutes. I'll see. I'm just directly going to my friend's house now. So you can say that I'm testing the action camera in its natural habitat. See, it's getting better. Now it shifts. But I actually wanted to go in neutral. Okay, this looks like the street where you would come and hire some people to do your work, like the housework and everything. So yeah, what I was saying that I'm going to get a mic for this camera. I'm going to test out both a wired mic and a wireless mic that I have, a Type C wireless mic. I saw some videos that they were saying that they were pointing out that if you use a wireless mic with this, it distorts a lot, and if you use a wired mic, it doesn't. So both are convenient. I'll just stick the wired mic in my helmet and make it permanent, so I don't have to care about the battery as well. The only thing is if this had compatibility with the new DJI Mini mic Mini, I would have bought that because even if you buy the transmitter for it, that is like 5500. It gets connected to Action 3 and above just with Bluetooth, so you can directly stick it into your camera. Also the gloves, the new gloves that I have, Helium GT 2 from Rhinox, they are fine. I don't feel anything that would be a negative about these. Quite comfortable, quite breathy. They are made of mainly of mesh, and they have a good grip. And by the way, this works without any issues on touch screens, and that is like way better than other gloves that I have tested. Okay, now I'll just go to my friend's place, chill out a bit, and then go back to Delhi. I'm not going to Panchgao or anything today. I don't want to go that far. I didn't notice, man. I was going at 70, and I'm pretty sure that speed camera might have captured it. This is a 50 zone, so I hope I don't get a challan. I have set the camera to, I think, wide. The ultra wide was, the edges were getting distorted. So I set it to simply wide. I hope it's capturing adequately. Okay, so I'll, end the vlog. I'm going to end the vlog here. Obviously, I don't want to show where my friend lives, because that's what all YouTubers do, right? Alright, I'll see you guys later.